engine. And if you remember, I was looking at the CB Affiliate Insider. And on the CB Affiliate Insider, you could see the CB Ad Rotator was one that just totally fit the bill for me, because that has a crazy momentum, which means a lot of people are hearing about this product. So this is a perfect time to go to Google and see that there was any paid advertisements. There was only one, which is crazy. So what you would do now with setting up a domain name is I use GoDaddy. And if you go to GoDaddy, I actually use the actual product name that I'm going to be promoting and add some cool word to the end of it as a suffix. So if you remember, it was CB Ad Rotator. And put yourself in the shoes of the person that might be buying for a second. If they're going to be buying this thing called CB Ad Rotator, what if you had a domain like CB Ad Rotator Plus or CB Ad Rotator Elite? Something that sounds more prestigious than just the standard CB Ad Rotator. So let's try CB Ad Rotator Elite.com. You always want to stick with a .com, never put dashes, never put numbers. That's just something I've learned over a decade of doing this. And hit go. And you can see, here we go. CB Ad Rotator Elite. It's available, so I could actually purchase this for $9.99. And if you didn't catch on any of my other Blueprint videos that I've done for you, you can actually go to Google and type in GoDaddy coupon. And you can actually click on this coupon list and you can save money on your GoDaddy coupons. For instance, I could put in, Chill 3 and it'll be a $7.45 domain name rather than $9.99. So I'm all about saving money, and you should be too, and it's really easy to use these coupons. So that's all there is with setting up the domain name. Now let's jump back 3 steps let's not. Because once you set up your AdWords account and you set all this stuff up, the third step is going to be making money, and that's where I will show you actually how to go deeper into actually setting up your ads. Now we're on to step 3, and this is the most fun and important step because this is where you make money. The first thing you want to do is use the Google Keyword Tool. Now the reason for that is because you want to come up with more than just the keyword that you initially found for the product that you're going to promote. So if you remember, I was going to do the CB Ad Rotator. Well, I obviously want to try to see if I can get my advertisement up on more keywords and more search terms than just CB Ad Rotator. So if I you can just go to Google and type in Keyword Tool, and the first result that comes up, click on that, and that will take you here. So I could type in CB Ad Rotator, hit Get Keyword Ideas, and then you can see it's giving me some other ideas. I could put C # Ad Rotator. I don't know why, but I could do that. And then here's a bunch of other keyword ideas that I could use as well. And even though some of these may not be, relevant to what you think, you might be surprised, especially if you're in a market you're not really sure of in terms of like the industry terms that they might use. Because like if someone's looking for a URL rotator or a banner rotator, they may be very well interested in the CB Ad Rotator as well. And you want to pay attention to this advertiser competition column, because you don't really want to pick the keywords that have a lot of this bar filled in with green, because that means there's a lot of competitors. So if, for instance, this one that says Ad Rotator, let me show you an example. Let's say you're going to put Ad Rotator in your list of keywords to bid on. If you look down the right-hand side where it says Sponsored Links, see how there's, right here there's actually 4 people bidding on it. So the more people you see here on the Sponsored Link column, the more expensive it's going to be to get your ad up here. So it's good to go after the ones I always call like the low-hanging apples. So if you look at these and pick the ones where there isn't really any competition at all, like instead of using Ad Rotator, you could do Free Ad Rotator. So let's say with Free Ad Rotator, we would go back up to Google and type in Free Ad Rotator. And see, there's only 2 now. So it's a lot easier to show up. And if you look who's showing up on all these. The ClickBank Ad Rotator. that's the guy that we're actually going to be promoting. So pretty cool knowing that if he's showing up here, then he's probably making money, so you're going to make money too if you can show up as well. And you're going to have a much cooler domain name to show up, because remember, yours could be like CB Ad Rotator Elite. So when people see that, they're going to be like, ooh, why would I get this ClickBank Ad Rotator when I can get the CB Ad Rotator Elite, the Elite version? Even though it's not the Elite version, it's coming off to be in your ad. So you want people to click on your ad instead of his. So that's all there is to actually using the Google Keyword Tool. And you want to put down a list of as many keywords as you can that has very low-hanging apples, I like to say, which is your competition. And that way you can save money and then maximize your exposure. And then next is to set up your actual AdWords ads. If you already know how to do this, you can just stop the video now and start making money. But if you don't know how to set up an AdWords ad, that's no problem. I'll actually show you. You can go to Google, type in AdWords, and set up a free account. And then the very first thing, once you're actually set up and logged in, it's going to say create your first campaign. You click on that, and then we're just going to go through the options here, and you can actually see at the top, we're going to target our customers, then we're going to create the ad, we're going to choose the keywords, we're going to set the pricing, and then we're going to save it and start making money. It should say review and make money. And target customers by language, we're going to choose English. Target customers by location, I'm doing the United States, but it's always good to kind of go take a look at the offer that you're going to be promoting and see if they offer multiple countries. Just look at their website, go through their order process and see if you can do multiple countries. Usually you can on digital products, so we could actually hit change targeting, and then we could start putting in like other locations. So I could like hit browse, and then say Australia, United States, Austria, Belgium, Canada. So you could just click on all those if you like, and then once you click on those, then you simply hit done, and then it adds the locations. I mean, Google it couldn't be any easier. So hit continue, and then now you're taken to where you're going to create your first ad. Very fun stuff, because then you can see, if you remember, if we go back to Google and if you looked at the listing that came up, and you see how the listing is displayed here with a clickable link for the header or for the title, and then 2 lines of text, and then your URL. Well, it's neat because on Google AdWords you can actually type things in and you can see it show up to see how it would look. So you can have it formatted very strategically here. So let's say this guy is ClickBank Ad Rotator. Ours is going to be CB Ad Rotator Elite, remember, because that was our domain name. So I could do CB Ad Rotator Elite. Now, let me show you another trick that gets a lot of people clicking, a lot of people believing you and buying from you rather than your competitors. You can go to Google and type in trademark symbol and see this little TM that's showing up here. Just kind of highlight that and copy it. Now in Google AdWords, watch this. Now how cool is that? It's like in your title, it says CB Ad Rotator Elite trademark. So it looks, more official than your competitors. Because if you saw this ad already right next to, let's go back here, this guy, I would probably click on the one that says trademark. It's just a little trick. Again, I've learned over, doing this over 10 years now. So the description, you always want to look at the competitor, the guy that's already advertising.